What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Bugs' DCS cruise. Before we jump into this mission for this video, I just want to give you guys a quick update on a few things. Well, mainly one thing, but it can play out possibly. I don't know. We'll see what happens. My schedule did just get very busy in this past week and coming couple of days. So I'm sorry for the lack of as many videos as I would normally put up for you guys. I am doing my best to work with that, but once I get this all taken care of, then we will be back to business as usual. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I am still here. Everything is all good, and I am going to do what I can to get a video up for you guys as much as I can. So, with that being said, what I got for you guys for this video is we're going to do a little bit of air-to-ground work with the MiG-29. This is one thing I've been wanting to do for quite a while. I did drop a little breadcrumb in a short doing air-to-ground work with IX Mortal, who is another one of the channel subscribers and a member of the Discord. It was a lot of fun working with him doing the air-to-ground work. We did a joint strike with the MiG-29 and the F-16. It worked out pretty good. So if you guys want to do something like that and you want to practice your air-to-ground, your air-to-air, refueling, takeoffs, landings, carrier ops, whatever you guys want to do, we could do it. Jump into my Discord server. I'll be more than happy to work with you guys, fly with you guys. I know the rest of the community most certainly will. So it is small, but it is growing, and I want to keep expanding that. So with all that being said, thank you guys for your support. We are almost at the 950 subscriber mark as of this moment of this video. We're on the road to 1,000. I can't wait. The future is going to be awesome for this channel and this community. It's going to be a lot of fun. I want to have a lot of good flights with you guys. So without any further ado, and all that being said, we're going to go do some air-to-ground work with the MiG-29. So we are going from a cold start out of Nellis Air Force Base. Let's see, what should we load up with, guys? We're not going to need any of that. Okay, here we go. So the little short that I left you guys, I flew with the KMG U2s. So you know what? Let's put a set of those on. Those are our cluster munitions. I do like those. I am partial to those, as you guys have seen. And then we'll go with let's see, what else do we have here? What is this? Another type of cluster munition. Those seem light. Ooh. Okay, you know what? We'll load up with 2 of these. As you guys know, I do like the cluster munitions. They're fun to play around with, so why not? That's what we're going to do. We're not going to put anything else on there. Okay, let's arm up, and then we'll start the engines up. We'll take off. We'll go drop our ordnance, and we'll see what damage we can do with the MiG-29.
Copy.
Let's see if we can get a nice little view of the dangly bits that we're going to be carrying. There's one. There's the other. All right.
Rearming complete.
Cool. We might land and rearm. We'll see how everything goes, but we do have our 4 cluster munitions and our cannon, so we will be using the cannon just as well. I don't think... Let's just double check one thing here. Yeah, it's just going to give us smoke in the air to air. Alright, so that would be a waste, so we're not going to worry about that. Alright, let me start the engines up really quick, guys, and I'll be back with you in a minute. Alright, here we go, guys. We're all online, ready to go. Canopy's closed. So let's start our taxi out, and let's go see what kind of damage we can do.
101. Clear to taxi to runway 3. Path 2.
So we're gonna go for the right runway for this one. For our takeoff, at least. Alright, guys.
101. Unable to clear for takeoff. 101. You are cleared for takeoff when ready. Climb 300 at QFE 711.69.
Alright, here we go. 0.69 giggity. That's a good omen. Here we go. Power's coming on. Alright guys, we're airborne. Here we go. It was pretty effortless to the MiG-29, honestly. Not too bad. I have a feeling this is going to be a little bit more concentration and finesse than the A-10 would be. But we'll see what happens. We have done air to ground with the F-18 a little bit, so it shouldn't be too far off. As far as the throttle manipulation is concerned. Everything else, yeah, it's fair game. The Fulcrum and the Hornet are nowhere near similar aircraft. Alright. Let's get ready to start arming up. Once we come around these mountains, we're going to get the airport as our IP. And then we're going to work south from there. Get a little bit of altitude. There's our IP. The aircraft is armed. Alright guys, we're going to drop our smaller canisters first. Let's get a little bit of airspeed and a little bit of altitude. Let's turn in, and here we go, guys. Let's see what we can do with the MiG-29. Let's line our aiming reticle up. And turning on the tone. Oh, no tone on this one. Alright, maybe it's only for the other one. And here we go. 2 tones on, palms away. Pull up, let's watch for the strike. Ooh! Direct hit. Shack. Jesus. Both of them came off. Wow. Ooh, that did some damage. Oof. Alright. There goes another one. You know what? Let's go in for a gun run. Jeez. We had some pretty good effects on that one. Not bad. And there goes another one. Wow. Yeah, there's another one. Jeez. Alright, that was a pretty good run on the first one. Not bad. Alright, here we go. Let's see what we can do with the gun run. Let's get as many rounds on target as we possibly can. And here we go. Guns, guns, guns. What? That is nowhere near where I wanted those. Stupid aiming reticle.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
Alright, we are out on the gun. We are Winchester on the gun, but we did have a couple of good hits, so let's switch back over to our cluster munitions dispensers. Then let's see what we can do with that. Alright, we didn't take any hits, so that's good. Alright, so the gun aiming was not exactly where I thought it was going to be, so... Alright, we did get another one with the gun. I'll give it that. Thank you. Slow down just a little bit. Alright, let's try a high altitude drop, or a higher altitude drop. Let's break out this way a little bit. Let's keep her a little slower than supersonic would be helpful, but let's see what we can do. Yeah, if we can keep it at 700. I know this is probably in metric, and I don't know. I'm not that sharp on metric conversions on the fly, guys. I'm sorry about that, but alright, here we go. Let's see what we can do with this one. Alright. Let's level off, and let's see what we could do here. got a target locked. Here we go, guys. Oh, I lost it. Really? Locked. Just light the candles a little bit. Alright, here we go. Good luck. 3, 2, 1. Here comes the tone. Bombs away. Damn, we hit just past them. That sucks. Alright. That's a little aggravating. Alright, we'll see if we can rearm, and we'll go back up and we'll try that, finish that off a little bit more. Alright, so we're a little bit less than 25 miles away. Coming around the mountains over here. Alright, the aircraft is safed. Alright, I think we're going to take the same loadout up again, guys. I don't know. Let's see what else they have to offer us for this one. Here we go, guys.
Gear down. Gear down. Gear down.
Gear's coming. guys, we made it back. Nice smooth landing for the most part. Alright, drogue shoots off. Alright, let's taxi on in. We'll rearm and we'll go back up and try again. Hopefully we get another drogue shoot, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Nice and easy, guys, just like that. And honestly, we're just gonna pull straight ahead and go to our right or our starboard just a little bit. And we'll park there, rearm, refuel, and we'll go back out. This is close enough, guys, so let's line up on this yellow line right here, and then we'll shut down. All right. Alright, let's rearm. Let's refuel. So we didn't even use half of our fuel. We got close, but that just goes to show how little fuel the MiG-29 can carry. And we were not even 40 miles away from where we took off from, so. Alright, let's drop. Let's see what else do we have here. General purpose dispensers. Okay. Okay, so you know what? Let's take oh, hold on. What did I do here, guys? RBK 500s. What's this? Oh, I guess I did put it there. Okay. Interesting, different symbology for it. Didn't expect that. RBK 500. Okay. Let's get a full load of gun ammo.
Copy.
Here we go, guys.
Copy.
Let's just sit tight for a few. Check out the MiG-29. They're giving us fuel. And watch the munitions go on, and we'll get out of here again. We'll see what else we could do.
Rearming complete.
Alright, there's that, guys. And we got pretty good on the center line. That's not bad. Alright. Now they're just going to load the cannon and our bombs. And we will be good to go. And I'll do the startup from the external view for you guys, so you can see it and hear it. It does sound pretty cool, so why not? Alright.
Rearming complete.
There we go. We are ready to go, guys. Alright, here we go. Batteries on. And here comes our right engine. Start the turn. You see the inlet ramp drop. And then the louver up top will open. A very cool design feature of the MiG-29 for the dirt runways. There we go. So there are the louvers and the inlet door dropped, so you don't have to worry about fodding out the motor, which is pretty cool. And here comes our left engine. And you guys will see the same thing here. The inlet doors and the inlet ramp will drop and the louvers will open. Okay. Alright, guys. Let's go see what we can do at round 2.
101. Clear to taxi to runway 3. Path 2.
Hopefully that light turns off. I don't know what that's all about, but... damper off. What damper is off? Alright. There's not much I can do about it. It is a Flaming Cliffs airplane after all, so there's not much I can do about this one. And speaking of which, when the full fidelity module does drop, I will most certainly be picking that up. The MiG-29 is definitely up in my top 10 favorite aircraft, so I'm most certainly going to be picking that up. I'm looking forward to that one. Leave a comment below if you guys are looking forward to the full fidelity MiG-29 coming out, as well as the F-15. that's going to be interesting too. I can't wait for that as well. But all right, guys, that's enough of me yapping for now.
Unable to clear for takeoff. 101. You are cleared for takeoff when ready. Climb 300 at QFE 711.69.
Let's go to war. Jeez, she's squirrely. What the hell is that all about? Is that damper that this thing is talking about? Hopefully it gets its act together. What damper is off? Alright, we're gonna try it, guys. She is very squirrely for some reason. I'm not even moving my joystick and she's bobbing up and down like that. That's not gonna be good. Alright, we're gonna have an interesting time with this, I have a feeling, but let's see what we could do. Yeah, I know. Alright. Aircraft is armed. Actually, you know what? Let's not do that just yet. Alright, IP's in sight. Aircraft's armed. Here we go, guys. Let's see what we can do with this one. Hopefully she doesn't prove to be too much of a squirrely mess, but we'll see what happens. Rolling in. And we're in hot. Target locked. Alright, here we go, guys. 2 tones on. Bombs away. Not bad, not bad. At least we did get a few hits. That's good. Alright, let's see if we can go for a little bit closer towards the end of the runway. There goes another one. Let's see if we can get a little bit lower and a little bit slower. Not too much, but just enough. Let's roll it on out. There we go. Nice and easy. Alright, there goes another one. But there's that damper issue again. Come on, baby. Nice and easy. Come on, we gotta line up like now. There goes another one. Wow. Alright. Alright, we're low enough that where they can shoot at us. We gotta be careful. Oh boy. Alright, here we go, guys. Let's see what we could do with this. Target's locked. Lines dropping. And they're shooting at us. Don't move. Tones on. Bombs away. That's all we got. 2 infantry with that. Jeez. Alright. Alright. Let's go home. Well, there goes another BTR. Alright. I'll take it. Let's go home. Something is definitely hurt on the aircraft. I don't know what exactly this damper off thing is, but she is not responding the way she was before, so and I really do not feel like punching out of this thing, so we're gonna bring her home. Alright, there's Nellis right there. We're not that far out. $15 miles, not even. There's another BTR, that's pretty cool. Yay. I'm not even moving the joystick, guys, and she's bobbing up and down like that. That's something is definitely wrong. I have a feeling one of our CAS systems are not online for whatever reason. Or SAS systems, rather. Stabilization. And I have a feeling it's our pitch SAS. But, alright, we'll worry about that later. Let's slow this thing down. This is probably going to be a tricky landing, but we'll see what we could do. Hopefully she's stable. Yeah, she's bopping up and down. I don't like that. I really do not like that. Come on, baby. Nice and easy. We got this. Nice and easy, girl. Come on, love. Nice and easy. Sorry, guys, that I'm talking to myself, but sometimes you just do it. Here you go, Bugs. You got it. You got it, Bugs. Nice and gentle. Oh, God. That was anything but gentle, but we got it. Guarantee we broke something. We didn't. Wow. Okay. I am impressed with that. Not bad. Alright, shoots off. Alright, let's taxi over to a parking spot, guys. We'll shut her down, and that'll do it for this one. We did get bombs on target, so mission was overall a success.
101. Taxi to parking area.
That second landing could have been a little smoother, but that's okay. I'll allow it because I do not know what that damper light is, so that will be figured out. She was not very stable on the pitch axis, so I don't know what happened. But we adapted to it and we got the job done. So let's go park this thing, shut her down, and that'll do it for this one. Alright guys, we're home. Let's shut her down. And that'll do it for this one. That was most certainly fun. A lot more with the MiG-29 coming soon. The air-to-ground stuff is definitely fun with it. It just adds a little bit more to my mission-making capabilities, and video ideas as well. So we'll see what else we can come up with in the future for it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed that. Please like, comment, subscribe for more. Visit Bugs' DCS Cruise Discord. Join in the flight. And until the next sortie, strap in, arm up the seat, and keep flying.